Good morning, committee chair, committee members. Kai Nishiki, testifying on behalf of the Maui Nui Resiliency Hui. And before I start my testimony, I just, kind of wanted to start with that it's very important, with all the talks of opening up West Maui to tourists on October the 8th, that there should be a number of benchmarks that our community feels comfortable with before that happens. And one of the most important things is, building your foundation. And for most folks, the foundation is a place to live and feeling that their children are educated in a safe place. So aloha, Chair Kama and members. I'm testifying on both items, and this is a very timely agenda, and I wanted to thank you, Chair Kama, for opening this space up for solutions and collaborative efforts. It's definitely going to take all of us working together to forge this path towards healing and sheltering our most vulnerable residents, thinking creatively to address our community's immediate housing needs, and acting boldly to invest in long-term housing plans. In the immediate days after the fires, our community jumped in to Malama, our West Maui Ohana in crisis. That week, Paul Chang of Maui Ocean View LP reached out in consultation with Maui Nui Resiliency Hui to express that he wanted to do whatever it takes to help our West Maui residents to have a safe place to live, and as quickly as possible. Less than 2 weeks after that, he and his team worked up a housing plan with increased density that maximizes rental units to help as many people as possible, converting the 3 phases of Pulelehua to a 100% affordable project and increasing the square footage of many of the units to accommodate 3 bedrooms for our families. Pulelehua was originally intended to be a 10-year build-out over 3 phases and is now proposed to construct over 800 units in approximately 30 months, with buildings being occupied as they are completed if the county will allow it. In addition to building 800-plus long-term housing units, Maui Ocean View LP is offering Pulehua's Phase 3 acreage immediately for approximately 200 temporary housing modules while awaiting approval from the appropriate government bodies to increase the project's density to beyond what was originally approved, for possibly an additional 210 multifamily units in Phase 3, or twice the amount that the county desires. With the county's funding and permitting assistance and proper vetting of the housing products, the Phase 3 area could be graded immediately, and approximately 200 temporary units and, possibly exploring solar and potable water can be placed on site until a community-approved permanent location is identified and prepared to house them. In total, the project will need to apply for $40 million plus over the next few years from the county to help fund infrastructure requirements and expedite development. This includes new plans to underground utilities for the safety of the entire project in West Maui. This breaks down to a subsidy of approximately $49,000 per unit for 808 units, $39,000 per unit for 1,018 units, if the county approves the additional 210 units, or $32,500 per unit for 1,200 units. A worthy county investment with great return on investment. If the county is supportive of this emergency housing plan, we will need your help to advocate at the state and federal level to receive federal tax credits and state LIHTC credits, as well as dedicated housing assistance payments to provide 20-year housing vouchers to assist our Maui residents with subsidies for a large portion of their rent. The State Department of Education reached out to Pulelehua and is in contract to build a temporary school site on the Pulelehua project site, and most likely a permanent school site. So Pulelehua will help provide 2 of the greatest needs in West Maui right now: housing our people and educating our children in a safe environment. Maui Nui Resiliency Hui is prepared to work with this body to do whatever it takes to get as many roofs over our displaced West Maui residents' heads and as quickly as possible. We're here to ask you to do whatever you can. Thank you. To support our community. The county has it in their power and in their hands to do both. And we ask you to act with immediacy that is necessary. Our testimony has been submitted via e-comment, and Pulelehua has also submitted an application to GHHC for $12 million to start the funding and expediting the project's infrastructure needs. If approved, the infrastructure balance for the project will probably be near to $28 million, but this could be funded incrementally over the next 2 years using GET funds, which are estimated to generate approximately $80 million a year. So there are a lot of options. Nothing needs to be, you don't have to come up with everything at one time. It can be spaced over a number of budgets, but we're just asking to support this project and to act with urgency. And there are also a number of other projects that are ready, Keawe Street. And, I think the most important thing is to keep projects in the pipeline that are fully entitled and within the West Maui Community Plan area that has been approved for housing, and not go outside of those areas. Mahalo.
I have a question for you, members. So, Ms. Nishiki, can you say, this is an all-day meeting, and, we're going to go through all of our testifiers. We'll probably have to go to lunch. Would you be willing to come back as a resource later on?
Yes, I could do that.
Okay, thank you. So, members, if you could hold your questions until we reconvene for our discussion. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mahalo.